So we are on our way to...
Boy. The grave.
Yeah. I'm sick. We are on our way to Marfa.
Marfa, Texas.
Marfa. The city of the Box King. I want to do some actual hands-on tag-along shooting.
There's so many fun things to see in Marfa. I'm super excited.
Are
Take
there?
some photos there. Yes.
Isn't it just like in the middle of the desert?
Yes.
Like everywhere out here?
Yes.
I had two ideas. First idea, what we could do would be, I was thinking about pulling some film because it's going to be real deserty. But if it's overcast...
So when you say pulling film, I don't know if I remember this. Pulling film is when you're shooting a certain way and then developing it less or more.
Yeah, that's... Okay, so we're talking about pushing and pulling. So
Right.
if you push it, then you're going to get more contrasty images. Sometimes they can go pretty nutso, actually, where they can be almost abstract.
Okay.
What you end up getting. It's very experimental. So, but everything in film is experimental, so it's fun.
Yeah.
At any rate, so if you're going to push it like one stop, that's going up like an f-stop, right? Or ASA. So if you have like 400 speed film and you want to shoot it at 800, that would be pushing it one stop. Pulling's the exact opposite. You get less contrast, but you get more tonal range because of that. So it's kind of like shooting flat video, I guess.
Okay.
But the reason why you'd want that is if you're taking really, like if you're shooting something really contrasty to begin with. So kind of like cell phones.
Like the desert in full sun would be super
Desert in
contrasty.
full sun.
But you're right, it's maybe different because it's really overcast today.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be overcast when we shoot or when we get to Marfa.
Yeah.
But in El Paso, it's overcast right now. So that was one of my ideas. So pulling is the opposite. You overexpose and you underdevelop.
Well, cool. Well, I guess we'll just have to see what the weather's like in Marfa when we're shooting. Maybe we'll be able to do both. Maybe it'll be an overcast day, maybe we'll get a sunny day.
I don't know. But, I mean, once you commit, you have to do the whole roll.
Right.
If you were to experiment with this at home, you would bulk roll your film, and you could do however many exposures you want. I would probably do 5, or whatever would fit into my archival plastic holder for the film. I would roll that and shoot that, and then experiment, and it's going to be time consuming, but it's going to be a lot of fun too, right? And you never know what you're going to quite get. But I mean, if you're just starting out, I wouldn't really recommend doing too much experimental stuff. I didn't bring a notebook to track all this.
I have a notebook.
Good.
And a pen.
Perfect. That's what we're going to need. So the other idea I had, if we didn't want to do that, or if we just don't get around to that, I'm feeling pretty crappy. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to do on my own tomorrow. At least we'll be shooting a wedding, not in film.
No.
Yeah. They didn't hire me, though, for some reason. I'm not good enough, I guess. The other idea I had was, you brought a Canon FT, right?
Yes.
What camera did you bring?
Okay, it's the one my grandpa gave me with the full strap. I think it's the FTQ? Something.
QL is an
Quick load,
acronym
right?
for quick load because it is foolproof in loading.
Which is what I need.
So that was my other idea, was we could have the battle of the FTs. I brought my Nikkormat FT.
Oh. So they're like the same cameras, just Nikon versus Canon kind of idea?
Yeah. It's actually not really my camera, it's my dad's.
Battle continues.
I pawned my camera a long time ago. Being stupid. Didn't want to tell that story, I don't think, on YouTube, in case Melody and Sky ever see this.
Oh gosh.
Very embarrassing looking back. I can't believe I did that. My camera was amazing. It was the camera I learned how to shoot film on
That's
in the
sad.
90s, and I pawned it for a quarter. Anyway, sad day. I wonder if I could go back to Colorado and get it.
No
That would
way.
be amazing.
It's gone. It's gone forever. It's someone's paperweight now, Nate.
Probably. I hope not. It was a really good camera. Well, the funny thing about pushing film, so there's a drawback to it, is you get tons of grain.
Oh.
Like noise. Not just grain. It's like noisy grain. It's not... I know some people really like that. I do not like that. Like, it's one thing... I mean, you're going to get, like, really noisy photos.
So then on pulling film, it's going to be a lot less grainy?
It's it's fine grain. So, which is actually really good, right? For if you're going to... If you look at, like, Tri-X or HP5, they're the same film, basically. But if you look at those films, they're like street photographer films. They're like Tri-X and D76 is like was the standard for street photography because it was so consistent. But it's grainy film for 400. If you compare it to like color film, I mean color film 800 portrait is going to be more fine grain than 400 black and white. And for some reason, all black and white films. Whatever, it's an argument, I guess. I'm not trying to hurt any feelings here, but black and white films tend to be more grainy than color film. Even though I'm sure some people would disagree.
But I mean, you have to know what you're shooting too. Because like street photography, that grit, sometimes it adds to it. It's not taking away from the photo necessarily.
That's true.
Or if you're doing like a fine art kind of portrait thing, you're not going to want that if you want like a softer feel.
Exactly. And I read something online the other day that was like, it doesn't matter if you blow it up, nobody's going to be close enough to look. And it's like, I've been close enough to photos to see the grain. But if you combine that with like a paper that has texture,
right,
you're in like a lot of trouble. You got to use textureless paper.
Right. That's what's so fun about film is like all these textural, tangible elements come into play.
Yeah, that's the fun part because it's an experiment.
Well, that's the fun part, and that's also the maddening part too.
Yeah, it's frustrating. It can be very frustrating, especially if you're trying to do something perfect. So you got to let go of that.
This sounds like a pep talk to yourself.
This is why we don't shoot film at weddings. I mean, seriously, why would you shoot film? I mean, I know there's people that shoot film at weddings.
Who do it and do it really
but
well.
you know what? They're using the same settings, the same film. They're sending it to the lab.
They've got it down.
If you don't do it that way, please comment below. I want to talk with you. I do want to... Actually, if you shoot film at weddings professionally, I want to talk to you, period. We do not do that. Anyway, so it's interesting. There's an interesting dynamic there. You have to let go of the perfection. I'm not the best photographer. I came to grips with that a long time ago. I'm not even trying to be the best anymore. I'm just trying to enjoy it and have fun. But sometimes I want things to turn out a certain way and they don't. And I get frustrated with it as if I'm supposed to be perfect. And that's where film can be very aggravating. And that's... So with pushing... It stopped recording. My phone failed me. Look at our struts are making this bounce so bad. I don't think we can even fix it. I won't be able to fix this footage. This is going to be really hard to watch.
Sorry.
Man. This might make it in the video, it might not. It depends if it makes me car sick watching it. But what I was going to say was, when you're pushing and pulling film, or when you're experimenting with developing or in camera, either way, with film, it's even more. Like if you get into night photography with reciprocity, you got to worry about exposing even more. You need filters if you're doing color film. It gets really convoluted very quickly, and so to a point, you got to be willing to let go and enjoy the process. If you can enjoy the process and the journey.
Oh, you're getting so deep.
Oh, we should make a poster. We should make a poster.
Namaste. Make a poster.
You gotta just let it go. Enjoy the journey.
Enjoy the journey.
Not what you end up with. But some people, I mean, they shoot enough. I mean, if you look back at all the photographers that utilized pulling and pushing properly, and were successful with it, they experimented a lot to the point where they got it. And what I'm seeing is people who do film professionally are just using the same settings, the same film, the same everything.
When you mean professionally, you mean like for clients, like commission based?
Yeah, we were actually getting paid. We're not getting paid to shoot film today or tomorrow.
Oh, right.
Nobody's paying us for that. We are paying to do it. And it's going to be fun. Yeah, it'll be interesting. Anyway. So, I think we've talked this to death, but as soon as I stop recording, you're going to say something very interesting.
No, we won't.
You're going to talk about your college days in the film program. Elise got a bachelor's in fine art with an emphasis in photography.
So long ago.
So long ago, I don't want to hear it. I learned on film decades ago.
Yeah.
So, not in college, but in high school, I took 10 photography classes. I don't know anybody who's done that. Anyway, it's very convenient for me. I don't even think the high school that I went to has dark rooms anymore. But, man, they had an amazing dark room my junior and senior year. I don't have anything else to say.
Yeah, me neither. Let's just drive.
You're just going to talk to me. All the interesting stuff can start now.